Hello, my name is Gregory Aguilar, and I will be presenting on the significance of the title and the key lines in Waiting for Godot. To begin, we will have a discussion starter. The discussion starter is, does your title define you? Is it the words that you use that define you? The discussions will be with your shoulder partners. Each partner has 30 seconds to begin. Begin now. Switch partners. Our discussion starter period is over. Now to our next question. Our first guiding question is, how does the title refer to the purpose or the conversation between Esther John and Vladimir? Discuss with your A and B partners. Each partner has 1 minute. Begin now. Switch partners. Our first guiding question period is over. We will now discuss the title. A question to keep in mind is, why did Samuel Beckett choose this specific title? The original title, being in French because Samuel Beckett was French, was entitled En Entente Godot. In English, this title is transferred or translated as While Waiting for Godot, compared to our book being entitled Waiting for Godot, lacking the while to suggest that it is the main focus of the narrative. However, Godot's name was not supposedly to resemble that of God, though the author had configured that it could have been a subconscious decision to do so. This is due to the differentiation in language again. God in French is Dieu, spelled D-I-E-U, whereas it has no correlation due to the spelling of the name in French compared to English. Continuing on with the purpose of the title, We will then discuss the word waiting, which is used in the title. The definition of waiting is staying where one is or delaying action until another action. In using the word waiting in the title of the play, Beckett is suggesting that the play breaks with the tradition of drama and action in the theater. As seen, nothing happens twice in the play. This offers a pure view into the character's state of inactivity. As the title as a whole, it is an irony of waiting for Godot is entirely trifling and abortive task with illogical outcomes, referring to human reality to seek a purpose and meaning to the unexplainable. This is the irony of the title, with the terms in reference to existentialism. They are delaying the action of finding a purpose while still searching for a purpose. Next question. Our second guiding question is, how does Beckett use non-traditional conversations to allow the narrative to adapt to existentialism? Discuss with your odd and even partners. Each partner has 1 minute. Begin. Switch partners. Our second guiding question period is over. Next, we shall be discussing the key lines within the play that relate to the meaning of the title. Our first section is from Act 1, page 55. Boy, in rush. Mr. Godot told me to tell you he won't be coming this evening. Surely tomorrow? Silence. Vladimir, is that all? Boy, yes, sir. Silence. Vladimir, you work for Mr. Godot? Boy, yes, sir. This boy delivers a message that Godot will never show. This is the first point that the main characters are shown that the task of waiting is pointless and will not share their journey for a purpose. For this, the characters contemplate their next course of action. The characters contemplate suicide, leaving, or waiting. The next section in Act 1, page 59, and Act 2, page 109. Vladimir, no, it's not worthwhile. Now. Estragon, well, shall we go? Vladimir, let's go. They do not move. Curtains. Estragon, realizing his trousers are down. True. He pulls up his trousers. Vladimir, well, shall we go? Estragon, yes, let's go. They do not move. Curtains. The last three lines are repeated at the end of each act. While they do not commit suicide as previously mentioned, they do try to leave at the end of their acts. However, they are unable to move regardless if they want to or not. The repetition and redundancy expresses the character's steadfast desire for resolution, despite becoming totally frustrated in the lack of result for their time spent and previous actions. Our final lines are in Act 1, page 8 and 9. Vladimir: he didn't say for sure he'd come. Estragon: and if he doesn't come? Vladimir: we'll come back tomorrow. Estragon: and the day after tomorrow? Vladimir: possibly. Estragon: and so on. Vladimir: the point is, Estragon, until he comes. Estragon and Vladimir witness Godot as a savior or someone who will give them answers. Godot represents purpose. However, they are now faced with the absurdity and uncertainty of life. To continue to wait for certainty and meaning, knowing that they do not exist, is absurd, as previously mentioned in previous presentation as absurdism. Our final question, our implication question, is: what is the purpose of Beckett choosing this title and these lines? Discuss with the shoulder partners. Each partner has 1 minute. Begin now. Switch partners. Our final question period is now over. In conclusion, Samuel Beckett uses the key terms entitled to further the existential message of not needing to search for a purpose because it is pointless. Referring to the entirety of the title, the irony of waiting for Godot is entirely trifling and abortive task with illogical outcomes because it is repetitive. Referring to human reality to seek a purpose and meaning to the unexplainable, whereas Vladimir and Estragon are delaying the action of finding a purpose while still searching for a purpose. Godot represents purpose and meaningfulness, but never appears. However, they are faced with the absurdity and uncertainty of life. To continue to wait for the certainty and meaning, knowing that they do not exist, is absurd.